Hi everyone, I'm Kevin from the eCloud Valley Managed Services team. Today, I'll guide you through the basic structure of an AWS bill in the simplest way possible. More importantly, I'll introduce the AWS billing features in our Atlas platform, which help you instantly understand how much you're spending and where the money is going, so you can stay in control of your cloud costs without getting lost in complex billing details. This video is designed to help you quickly understand the basic structure of AWS bills, as organized by eCloud Valley for our customers. We'll cover key components such as service charge, usage type, region, and common billing items like data transfer out, box usage, storage, and request. Next, we'll walk through a live demo of the Atlas platform's cost overview page, so you can get familiar with its core features and learn how to instantly see how much you're spending and where the money is going. These steps may seem basic, but they are the foundation for driving FinOps cost optimization going forward. Do you remember the first time you opened an AWS bill? Maybe you had just taken over a project, just registered an account, or simply launched an EC2 instance for a colleague. A month later, an email notification arrived in your inbox. You clicked it open and saw a long list of details: EC2, T3.large, box usage, USD 1854. A big question mark popped into your mind. What on earth is this? Scrolling further, you saw S3, data transfer, elastic IP, and more. For many people, the first time looking at a bill brings not surprise, but confusion. But this isn't your fault. AWS bills are inherently recorded from an engineering and technical perspective. Today, what we're going to do is translate it into a version humans can understand. The structure of an AWS bill is actually quite simple. It's primarily made up of these key elements. Service, what AWS services you used, such as EC2, S3, or RDS. Region, which AWS region, data center you used those services in, for example, Tokyo, Oregon, or Singapore. Usage type, the specific type of usage within each service. Alongside that, you'll also see unit price usage total, the price per unit, the amount used, and the total cost for each usage type. These elements come together to form every line item on your bill. For example, Elastic Compute Cloud, EC2, plus region, US West, Oregon, box usage T3.large. This means you ran a T3.large virtual machine in the Oregon region and incurred costs based on its runtime. Once you understand this logic, the bill is no longer just a wall of codes. It becomes a clear and useful record that helps you understand your usage and spending. Next, let's take a look at the three most confusing AWS cost items, the ones that tend to cause the most surprises. 1. Purchase option. Using EC2 as an example, it's just like booking a hotel or renting an apartment. The first option is on demand. No reservation, pay only when you stay, but it's the most expensive. The second is reserved instance or savings plan, like a long-term rental. You commit to a period, the price is much cheaper, but if you leave early, the unused portion is non-refundable. Lastly, spot instances are like last-minute discounted hotel deals. Extremely cheap, but if someone bids higher, your room can be taken away. Which room you choose depends entirely on your needs. There are many tricks to save money while staying comfortable, and we'll cover those in detail later. 2. Usage type. Continuing the rental analogy, AWS bills include many types of usage charges: box usage, the base room rent, or compute resource costs. Data transfer, like moving fees. The more furniture, data you move, and the more often, the higher the cost. Snapshot usage, backup fees, like taking photos of the room to document everything. EBS, furniture or equipment rental fees, such as a fridge, bed, or wardrobe. The bigger the room and the more you equip it, the more expensive it gets. Data transfer. Data transfer costs are like moving house. The more you move and the farther you go, the higher the cost. For upload and download, transferring data out of AWS to the internet is like moving things out of your home. You pay a transport fee. Cross-region transfers are like moving from one city to another, and it's even more expensive. In short, purchase option. Easy to overspend, but with good planning you can save money. Usage type. Rent does not include everything. Many items are pay as you go. Data transfer. The more and farther you move, the more you spend. You might be thinking, can't I just open the bill and go through it slowly? The traditional approach usually goes like this. Export a CSV file, throw it into Excel, reconcile line by line with colleagues, check tags, run reports, and click through multiple layers in the AWS console. Not only is this process time-consuming and labor-intensive, by the time you figure it out, the money has already been spent. In reality, the challenges often come down to too much, hundreds of lines, spanning multiple accounts and regions, making reconciliation nearly impossible. Too messy, filled with codes like box usage and time storage that even engineers may struggle to interpret. Too slow. You only notice a bill spike at the end of the month when it's already too late. That's why we need a tool that can turn a complex bill into a clear, visual, and easy-to-understand dashboard. AWS's native billing tools, such as Cost Explorer, have limited functionality, and the billing console provides information that's too fragmented. It's also difficult to consolidate data across multiple accounts and regions. That's exactly why we built the Atlas platform. The goal of Atlas is simple: to let you instantly see how much you're spending in the cloud, where the money is going, and whether it's being spent wisely. You don't need to integrate data, run reports, or write SQL queries. Just open Atlas, and you can view the cost status of all your AWS accounts on a single page. Next, we'll demo Atlas's cost overview page, from overall spending structure and trend changes to a walkthrough of key charts. And because all charts update in real time, there's no need to switch consoles or export reports. By looking at this one page, in just about 3 minutes, you'll know exactly where the money went. Let's begin this quick feature walkthrough. After entering the AWS billing section in Atlas, the first thing you'll see is the cost overview page. Now, I know that words like billing or costs might sound a bit intimidating, but don't worry. This page is designed to help you understand your spending at a glance, in the simplest way possible. Year-to-date spending shows total spend so far, $7,778.37, against the annual budget, $18,000, indicating 43% used, like a piggy bank tracker for yearly expenses. Month to date, $13,633.71 spent out of a $15,000 budget, 91% used, signaling the need for closer monitoring to avoid exceeding the monthly limit. Next, let's look at the spending trend. This chart is called budget versus cost, and as the name suggests, it compares our actual spending against our set budgets. The blue bars represent our actual spending per month. The orange line shows our monthly budget. The chart shows a rising spending trend with a notable increase from May. It helps identify changes or anomalies, such as sudden spikes exceeding the budget, prompting investigation. Top 10 linked accounts. The pie chart on the left shows which accounts or teams are spending the most. As shown here, accounts 5565 and 0069 make up the majority of the spend. So if you want to know who the top spenders are, this is the chart to check. On the right, we have a line chart that works hand in hand with the pie chart. It's called Monthly Growth of Top 10 Linked Accounts. It shows whether the top spending accounts are increasing or decreasing their spend each month. This allows us to track budget usage more precisely across teams. Top 10 services. This chart breaks it down even further by showing which services we're spending the most on. In this example, Amazon Relational Database Service is the biggest cost, followed by Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud. Think of this like your household utility bill. It clearly tells you which services are using up the most resources, helping you manage more efficiently. Finally, let's take a look at the bottom right bar chart, monthly growth. This shows the month-over-month spending change in percentage terms. For example, March was up 10.55% from February, while the increase in May slowed to 6.4% from April. This gives us a quick pulse on overall spending. It's a very practical metric for trend tracking. The dashboard serves as a cost compass, showing spend amounts, trends, and allocations, enabling even non-technical users to manage AWS costs easily. Finally, let's circle back to today's theme: mastering your first AWS bill. This isn't just about reading a bill. It's the first step towards strong cloud governance. With Atlas, you now have 3 key capabilities. Understand the billing structure. No more confusion over endless line items. Quickly see how much you've spent and where. Use visual charts to spot anomalies and trends. Generate visual reports. Provide clear, data-driven insights for effective communication and decision-making. Atlas, AWS billing platform, helps you turn complex bills into something simple and easy to understand, so the next time you open a bill, you won't feel lost again.